Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just let me be blunt. My speech in the morning, nothing but grunts. With no coffee, that's as dangerous. On a scale from 1 to 10, I rank it that girl from Stranger Things. And if you get what I'm saying, my attitude be mad flagrant like I'm Draymond. But you ain't get the picture, BMP. So I'm gonna keep pushing on you, GNC. It's like, yeah, the first thing on my mind is when that hot coffee gonna seep into the coffee grind. It's like some magic's floating all in the air. Toss some ice cubes in my cup, it's a good day. All I gotta say is that it's starting in a good way. It's time for working and I don't even care. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Start fresh, that's how it's gotta be. Everything starts back with your coffee beans. If it's cold brew, then it's gotta be coarse. Don't get the cart ahead of the horse, start learning the course. But of course you can disregard, and don't at me if it gets too hard. When it's my time to drink, man, it's always on hand. Drink from a cup or a bottle, even a can. You never know when you're craving no hit. It could be in the bathroom while you're taking a Ric Flair, I'll say he ain't got nothing on it. When that coffee hits my lips, it's a seance. Feeling real super with the cape on. Anything I'll take on. This cup of coffee, yeah boy, this is the shit. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. So I guess that's where I talk about how we might be addicted in a roundabout kind of way, or how you say a dependency that's in my life, and I'm proud to say it's filling me with way more energy than I'll ever need, keeping me up for things I thought I'd never see. Time's gonna kill us all one day, whether old age, illness, or from listening to Coldplay. F that noise, wubba lub lub. Drink all the coffee, chug a lug lug. The day doesn't start till you're on your second cup. If they talk before then, homies better duck. It's 100% okay to start swinging in every single convo, unless you see I'm bringing a cup of Joe. Tell him bring some mo for your bro who made that coffee song. Or tell him go home. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the old coffee shop on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. They're starting up early today because we are checking out the Wired Direct 24. As a number of you know, I am part of Wired Productions creator team. And this is a show of the various games that they have coming out this year. So we're going to be checking that out. Emerald 644. Thanks for the follow. There, appreciate you coming in, and they're just gonna get the audio going here. Let me know if that audio is too loud from the live stream. So we're going to be watching this. I'm also going to have 7 Steam games of Wired Productions to give away through the course of the Wired Direct. We'll be doing those as draws through my Mix It Up bot. So folks will need to be watching on the Twitch channel to have a shot at those. And we'll wait till the stream, till their thing itself actually gets going. He's finding spots on my screen to clean off. So there are a number of good games to be had from these guys. One I'm looking forward to getting hold of in particular is Gory Cuddly Carnage. And it's one that I have a feeling Hatter probably would like too, because you're killing a bunch of unicorns. You know how he loves unicorns. Well, they're toys, but still. So during the course of the Wired Direct here, majority of the channel points are turned off. The throwing things at the camera included in that turned off. Stream loots are paused. Want to keep all of the attention to the broadcast here. So while we're waiting for that timer to tick down, I'm going to set up for the first giveaway. And all of the music being played here right now is from one of their games, Arcade Paradise. I think you may have heard of it. And yeah, let's do that first giveaway now for the early birds. 5 minutes to enter, 1 minute to claim. And get it. And also, they have a little QR code right here doing a mega competition. I haven't really checked details on that. And a lot of their games are on sale right now on Steam. Check out wired.gg/Steam Sale 24. It's a one-day only sale. Right, 4 minutes to enter, and nobody wants a free game? Really? Really, really? Well, if nobody goes for this draw, then we'll try it again when the direct gets underway. Actually, the direct will be underway by the time the draw ends, won't it? So, we'll keep trying. 3 minutes left to get in on that draw to win yourself a game from Wired Productions. I was provided with 7 Steam codes. 7 different games. Let's give those things away. I really just have everybody on a hard lurk right now. Maybe rocking out to this music from Arcade Paradise. Less than 2 minutes to win a game from Wired Productions. How you doing, Judd? Welcome in. So we're just waiting on Wired Productions to start off with their Wired Direct 24. I am part of their creator team, so I get to be an official co-streamer of this. Yes, Osus, how you doing? Dude, exclamation point join. Win yourself a Steam game. Less than a minute. You wouldn't think it would be so hard to give something away. There we go. Your odds are looking very good there, yes, Osus. Hey, Tazib. Tazib, giving away games. Less than 30 seconds. Join. And Yososus with the thing. Alright. Maybe the next one there, Tazib. We've got 6 more games to give away through the course of this. Yososus. Give me a number between 1 and 7. 7. All right. And I'll just message that to you over Whisper.
Oh, we're live. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wired Direct.
And there you go.
It's a yearly presentation where Wired and their development partners lift the lid on just some of the stuff they've been working on over the last year or so.
And I'm going to be doing 6 more draws just like that through the run of this Wired Direct.
Full of stuff, and we want to just get straight into it. So we better get a move on.
This is Gory Cuddly Carnage.
Ooh, right into Gory Cuddly Carnage. Excellent.
In the beginning, there
The
were
following trailer has not been approved.
innocent little animals, loved by all. But I guess shit changes. On August 29th, 2024.
Well, the Wired Direct is a presentation from Wired Production Games. They're who I am part of the creator team of. And I am an official co-streamer. So we get to show this directly here. Get to give away some games. Just gave one there to Yasosus because he was the only one paying attention. August 29th. Nice.
Well, holy fuck. I'm going to be singing that song in my sleep. Now, a little unknown fact. We tried to get Blink-182.
How's the volume on the video tag? Is it good?
Their hit song, Furline This, but no dice. Anyway, Gory Cuddly Carnage is going to launch on August 29th on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and my favorite, Nintendo Switch. And you can pre-order right now on Xbox, PlayStation, and even smash your paws right now on Steam.
I know what you're thinking, and it's what kind of maniac would envision this type of game? Well, hey, good news, viewers, because we've got Angry Demon Studios joining us right now to give us a little look into their.
Fine, don't answer me then.
Well. The Angry Demon Studio maniacs responsible for that.
Could do it turning it up. All right.
Thanks for joining us all the way from Sweden. Although with the
Yeah,
internet, it doesn't really matter.
try
where you are in
that.
the world these days, does it? To be honest, let's imagine that
Just
somebody
cranked it up
has
a little
just
bit in
stumbled into this
Evermedia
trailer and they've
in
got
the
no idea what the
OBS.
hell they. I mean, I know the game, and I was still like, oh my god. What kind of gameplay experience is a game like Gory offering to the folks at home?
Well, that is a very big question because it offers a lot of different
Type
types
of gameplay. It
just gameplay, or just
is.
things overall. I think we have like
Gory.
3 major pillars to the.
I played
game, which
a
is,
demo of this
combat,
of Gory
and
Cuddly
that
Carnage
was
back
something we
in
spent a lot of time on getting, really good.
Boston
And then
2019, the
there
PAX
are
East.
cutscenes, and introductions and just making it feel cinematic and cool. And the third one, I think I've forgotten because I am the lead designer.
I know.
Oh,
It's
racing!
one-
Yeah,
one-
racing is one. Thank you. But yeah, so basically, there is racing, but the two things that are the main things of the game is basically like very.
Right. I
smooth
mentioned
combat,
having
just
6
traversing
more
however
games
forward.
to give away.
Yeah, short version. You're a cat
Let's
on
give
a
away
hoverboard
another one
slicing
now.
unicorns.
And that's the thing that's supposed to feel good, and that's what the game offers. Thank you, audio. lead audio.
Yeah, I got it.
It's a game where it's super easy and fun to have fun and play the game. And if you want to, you can get really good at it, but at the same time, you don't have to be super experienced with hack and slash.
Yeah,
or
not gonna be quite so
skating
easy for
games
you this
playing
time,
our
you
game.
Sosus.
It's a
You're not
very
competition.
action-driven, fun, easy to play, cool game in which it's just adorable things happening.
Caroline actually hit something really important there. We did a playthrough with a charity like 2 years ago, and one of the people that played it had never played a hack and slash, and they just loved it. And they said like it's baby's first hack and slash because
Yeah.
it was so easy to actually play it. You didn't actually have to know it, but you still had a lot of fun with it. But like the main thing that we've always been striving for is just fun.
Yeah.
So there's like, yeah, sure, the game takes skill and all of that, but the main factor that we always ask ourselves, like, is it fun? And if it's not fun, we'll just not have it in the game.
And
That like the players amount of fun is the most
Yeah.
important thing to us.
And we had experienced hack and slash players playing this game too, and they've had fun too.
Yeah.
That's most
I
important
feel like
for us.
the idea of it being fun is very obvious from the surface, with the bombast of it being unicorns and
Well, aren't
a
all
cat
games
as a main
supposed to be
character.
fun?
It's a very visually striking concept and a world. So, can you explain a little bit behind the inspiration of why a cat, why a unicorn, why a hoverboard? Like, what made you decide on these factors?
So basically, we've been doing this scary, serious game for years, and we really needed an outlet to do something fun, to do something that we felt like this is a crazy idea. Let's put it in there.
Mm.
And so Gory, the basic idea of Gory was born, and a cat because we love cats.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love cats?
Everybody loves cat.
And we came up with the idea, like the ultimate pet. What would that be that you can't get? Oh, that would be a unicorn, of course. Who doesn't want a unicorn as a pet? The perfect pet.
And then all of a sudden we had a cat also on a hoverboard because that was a really cool mechanic we had and we tested it. And now we have unicorn enemies. So it kind of just spiraled out of control there for a bit.
So we had fun with the idea, and a new idea was born from that idea, and then it just
I think my favorite memory is when we kind of like we were brainstorming how to spawn the enemies. In Devil May Cry, they are demons, so they just they kind of climb out of darkness from the ground. It's like they climb out of hell. That's really
it's
cool.
really cool.
It's like, what do we
2
do?
minutes to win a
And
game
one of
from
us had the
Wired
idea that,
Productions.
What if we do like
It's
gacha
got the
calls
3
from
entries in
machines
so
where you put
far.
like a coin in
corner.
it, yeah, and then you roll it and then it comes out. It's like, no, that's too crazy. And it's like, wait, I was still in the Absolov mode, and I was like, yeah, why the fuck not? Let's do that.
yeah.
So
they're
we just
toys.
had this teleporter eggs, which is basically teleporting high-tech gacha.
Yeah.
So the answer in short really is Gory is just a game made with no restraint whatsoever, because the shackles of serious Norse mythology infused horror sometimes can get a bit much to bear, right?
Hell yeah.
That summarizes it
Pretty
very
well
well.
summarized.
Yeah.
That's it.
I suppose the main question a lot of people would be asking when they see a game like this is, what's the plot? What would players be doing to sort of, I guess, guide them through their unicorn slaughtered, bloodbath?
Let's see here. What have we given away? Because I don't want to spoil anything today. But basically, the world as we know have ended due to toys. We all knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Basically, there's a company called Cool Toys, and they made this Ultra Pet, which is the ultimate pet toy. It's alive, but it doesn't do the normal organic stuff like peeing and pooing and dying and those annoying things that you have to clean up after. So they made this it's a replicant. So the inspiration was Blade Runner with the replicants. They're like fake people. So these are like fake pets. They started out doing pets that were similar to real pets, but they didn't sell very well. So they started doing these and these more like fantasy film, like the unicorn, and that was the big break. And it spread all over the world.
Yesosus
And then
winning the
bam,
giveaway
something
again.
happened that made them mutate and rebel against their human masters. And this is basically where the universe takes off. We have these mutated
You need to
toys
claim
that,
it.
and in the apocalypse, and we have our hero and his friends, or our 3 heroes. It's Gory, Frank the hoverboard, and then
All right,
Jin,
Yesosus,
the,
1
little
through
bit
6.
sad. He's an AI and became sentient, and because of that, sentience comes with sadness, as most of us knows, in one form or another. So that's kind of his thing. While Frank is maybe not as sentient,
All right.
because he's just happy about everything. He's one of them characters, and we get to follow their path through this kind of hilarious.
And there you go.
While also trying to save their creator, Professor Y, which they assumed were dead, but she's not.
We'll do another giveaway
That's a
in
nice
a
little
few
cliffhanger
minutes
to
once
end
we
it
get
on,
some
to be honest.
more
Angry
folks
Demon
in
Studios,
here.
thank you very much for that comprehensive, although still frankly quite bizarre look into Gory, which we now know is just months away.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, is there anywhere you'd like to send the people where they can find you, keep up to date with all things Angry Demon Studio?
Oh yeah, for sure. Go to gory.wtf is the website. So gory. What the fuck?
Best web address
You'll get all
ever.
the info right
Gory.
And you
dot
can find us on Discord,
WTF.
and when the game is released, please come join us.
And
And
all
can
links
be
are,
wish
just
listed
as
on
William
Steam
said,
now.
available on Gory
I definitely
WTF.
plan on getting it.
That's Gory, what the fuck, for all of you fans out there.
Hey, thank you very much, guys.
Well, I don't know about you, Jake, but that was flipping awesome. Thank you, Angry Demon Gang. If you're feeling a bit of a curious cat and you can withstand the allergies, you can pre-order and wishlist on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox right now. Check out the links below, and you can also head to gory.wtf.
Oh, they've got the pre-orders on now. All right.
For all the
Yeah,
details
I'll
on
be
everything that we've
I'll be
announced
asking
today.
Wired Productions for a
Right, well,
code though
listen,
myself.
I think it's about that time where we introduce who we are, why we're here, and a little bit about Wired. We've started with a bit of a cold open. To be completely honest, there's a lot of we've hit our sort of quota for cat jokes, by the way, so don't worry about that. That was I told you it was chock full of content. To be honest, in case you didn't know already, my name's Chik Lukowski, and this fine fellow here is Aaron. We've been running the Wired Unplugged podcast over the last few years and working closely with Wired. They've been really, really good to us. And do you know what? Like, in case you don't know who Wired are and the Wired Direct, what it's all about, Wired are like this truly independent publisher, which is quite a rare thing these days, to be completely honest. You might know them from some of their stuff like Martha is Dead, Close to the Sun, and then the Falconeer Chronicles, Bulwark. You might be a Bullockhead, depends. It's a bit of a civil war in how you pronounce that. There's Deliver Us the Moon and Shaq Fu, which maybe that isn't in the notes. That's a bit of an ad lib,
Well,
to be honest.
No, listen. I'll be honest. We met
Yeah.
Shaq. We spent a day with Shaq. And
Jack Boo's
what
probably best left not
flipping
mentioned,
beast,
but hey, you got to
what
start
specimen
somewhere.
Of a human,
Yeah.
Shaq is.
I watched him on
It's
Hot Ones
ridiculous.
smash those wings, and I was like, oof, man.
Yeah, like he tapped me, and I felt like I'd been hit by a train. That's all I'm gonna say. And then he brought me back to life because he killed me. I'm not even joking. There's video evidence out there. Go check out Wired on YouTube. It exists.
But actually, right now, let's stay right here because we've got something. We got a really, really move. We got another trailer right now, and this is a brand new first look at something special. Let's run it.
All right, let's see what we got. World exclusive reveal.
This is your friendly positronic. Pissed off
Well,
security
Cass,
system.
so far they've
Back
just
online.
showed the one game, Gory Cuddly
Night Crawlers.
Carnage. Definitely
That's what
going to
people
be
in the
worth
city call
checking
us.
out.
The Thought Bureau describes my duty as Rome. Compared to the number of midnight operations, we spend most of our time in other people's brains, listening to what you hear and watching what you see. April 30th, 1976. It's the 4th year since I joined Leviathan's Thought Bureau. It's taken me 8 whole years to finally discover who I am.
Okay, this is putting me in mind of even more supernatural Control.
What happened to me? Am I?
Karma, The Dark World. Looks like maybe a good one for October.
Wow. Okay, that looks absolutely incredible. I'm going to have to get my board out. I'm going to have little ropes going between pictures to try and decipher what's going on. But you're not going to have to wait too much longer to learn more about Karma, The Dark World, as over the next coming months, we're going to have new reveals and information coming about the game. But from today, Jake, you can wishlist on PC and PS5 right now. Also, if you want a tiny bit more information, you can go to karmadarkworld.com to sign up for more updates as we go on this mysterious journey together. Speaking of the game, if you're keen to know more, we have a nice video interview from Pollard Studio, all the way from China.
Thank you for watching our trailer. I'm Lu Chen. I'm the executive producer.
I'm Yong He. I'm a creative director.
What happened to me?
Yeah, Karma, The Dark World is a psychological horror game with first-person narrative. We created a society under control of a company called Leviathan. The player is setting as an agent from this company. The daily work is using a special helmet to dive into people's brain to search their deep memories, to collect the secret they want to hide, and also to find out what is the truth, what is going on. So there are gonna be two lines. One is reality, and the other one is like more magical, like dreams. It's very special. Pollard Studio is based in Shanghai, China. We have 20 developers right now, and we have 5 to 15
Another
years
satisfied
experience.
customer.
We are focusing on developing high quality games
Hey,
with awesome art style.
Jamil
and
Scusa,
narrative.
thank you very much
Our
for
passion is
following.
trying to
And
provide
my
players
pleasure.
an audience with a unique experience, which they never seen this in their life. We are not developing a game to scare the people.
Just so you know, Camille, I am already looking forward to asking for a code of Gory.
Because we realize that
I played the demo of that back at PAX East 2019. I was hooked.
So it will also make them better into the game experience. The story seems sadness, I would say, on the surface, but we don't want to limit the players too much because we know everyone has their opinions and feelings. We want people to share their and emotions to us.
Yeah, guys, Camille is one of the folks with Wired Productions themselves. Cubby, thanks for the raid. Shadow Paka, welcome in.
所以卡玛的话是这个的第一部作品，然后它主要讲述的是寻找自我跟拯救他人的一个过程。那这款游戏的话，它其实探索了关于比如说像这种惨痛的爱情，或者是悲剧式的家庭，当然还有我们都知道这个扭曲的这个社会道德观。所以
I have the
玩家在一起去体验整个毛骨悚然的这个游戏的旅程。
What I can do
同时的话
is just make the shadow clip invisible,
可以时刻沉浸在这个
so it won't
黑暗
show.
的或者说是非常迷幻的这个整个乌托邦的这个世界当中
Which I've just done.
另外的话，其实我们所有人都特别希望说，当玩家完成了这个游戏，结束了这个游戏之后，他可以去思考说他如何去珍惜当下，他如何去
Yeah, the click will still be there.
去思考这些事情。
The Thought Bureau.
Yeah, it should have still done things in
在
chat.
做这款项目的时候，我
So
们有过很多的灵感的参考，
Don't
比
know.
如说来自于电视剧有双分，然后还有我们的相对宇宙，然后书籍的话有我们喜欢的1984，然后当然还有游戏的话是来自于生化奇兵。那我们团队的话，经常会一起大家呢去探索一些很有趣的话
I
题。
guess both need to be there in order to work for it to do the thing in chat.
如果一个 AI 控制了整个世界，如果我们去访问别人的记忆，或者是探索他的这个梦境，又或者是
It shouldn't, no.
如果甚至有一款药物，它可以去控制人们的情绪，又会变成
We'll
什么样子
experiment after
所有
the
这些
after the
但
showcase.
也因为他们有因果的这种紧密的连接，所有的这些呢，就是构建我们的这个灵感的来源。
If you enjoy our games, please put us in your wish list.
You know this, I know this.
Website.
And
Thank you for watching our trailer.
What happened to me? How am I?
Thanks to Pollard Studios for that look at Karma the Dark World. Now, back in 2019, all the way back in 2019, Wired partnered with the best Dutch export since the Stroopwafel, Kayak and Interactive, to bring Deliver Us the Moon to the masses. And wow, it went down a storm. So much so that Kayak pushed it to new heights and new levels, took it to what was then next gen. But one thing was always missing until now. They said it couldn't be done, kind of like going to the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, Deliver Us the Moon is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Don't believe us? See for yourself.
And Deliver Us the Moon was a great game as well. I remember playing the Xbox version. And while this is going, let's give away another Wired Productions game. 5 minutes to enter, 1 minute to claim. Be following on Twitch. Let's go.
Hey guys, Koen and Paul from Kaoken here, and we have something awesome to reveal. We've been listening to the community and a lot of people have been requesting this. We are gonna be on Nintendo Switch with Deliver Us the Moon. It's actually a very big surprise because the team actually convinced both of us that we were able to do this, and yeah, it's now there. Now Nintendo players can take their whole travels to the moon and enjoy it just like everyone else did. For me, it's a miracle that it's on there. It's crazy to think that we now have a game on Nintendo. We enjoyed making this as well, again, because we made it with all the passion we always have for these games. And yeah, enjoy the travels to the moon.
Thank you, Kaoken. It's always lovely to have you along. If you want to stay up to date with Deliver Us the Moon coming to Switch, you can follow the social channels to stay up to date. Now, cast your mind back to 2022. We made a small little teasing announcement for a hotel management simulator game called Hotel Architect. And since then, we've kept the door shut. Well, now the time has come to check in.
Hotel. This could be another. Okay, this could be fun. Using a magnifying glass to look in the toilet. Early access coming soon.
Well, that looks absolutely amazing. We are now joined by the mighty and wonderful Axel from Pathos Interactive. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
For the people who are checking in to Hotel Architect for the first time, how would you describe the game?
Yes, so Hotel Architect is a simulation tycoon game in which you build up hotels in various exciting locations all over the world. And I would say the game is all about letting your creativity loose as a godlike hotel entrepreneur. You can design your hotels the way you want, experiment with staff and guests in different ways to make them happy or miserable if that's what you want. So basically it's a very sandboxy approach. And when it comes to visuals, as seen in the video, it's a top-down 3D game, very cozy, colorful art style and a quirky, humoristic feel.
So when you're playing, when you're testing the game out as you're making it, are you prone to making people happy, or go in the opposite end of the spectrum and causing absolute misery? What sort of person are you?
Yeah, I mean,
1 minute left on the
personally,
Wired
I like
Productions
it
game
when it's
giveaway.
kind of chaotic and making people, at least at some point, miserable, just to see how they react. But yeah, I mean, that probably comes from when I was a kid and played Sims. I mean, the funniest thing about Sims was to make the family miserable.
Yeah. Remove the
at
ladders
least
from
when
the
I
swimming
played.
pool.
Exactly, that's a classic one. Yeah.
Ah, the joy, the joy. What else did you used to play when you were growing up that kind of inspired the direction of Hotel Architects, I guess?
So yeah, you can do some kind
I
of sim
played a lot
torturing
of,
here with this thing.
like city builders and management games, strategy overall. But yeah, I guess my favorite game of all time would be Caesar 3. That's totally awesome game. And actually, there are quite a lot of similarities with Hotel Architect, like when it comes to
Tubby,
economics
winning
and
the giveaway. Get
area
your claim in.
planning and logistical chains and stuff like that. So even if it's more like small scale business game, Hotel Architect, it's
All right,
still got some
Tubby,
similarities with the
pick a
classic,
number
like,
between
City
1 and
Builders
5,
management
please.
games.
Amazing. So you've mentioned some of the similarities, but what are some of the things that set this game apart from other games within the genre?
Yes, I would say it's a mix of many different elements that creates our unique simulation
Number
gameplay.
3.
But one thing we have in Hotel Architect, which
I have a
is
feeling you'll
very
probably like
rare
this
in
one.
tycoon games, is the
I'll fire
building
it to you
system
over
where
Gilded.
all tiles and walls and items you place are built up manually by characters in the game. In other tycoon games, especially 3D ones, everything tend to just pop up instantly when you've dragged out or placed it in a world.
There you go.
But when we designed this game,
I still
we
got
thought it
4
would
more
add an extra
games
layer of depth
to give
all
away
construction
in the run
stuff
of this.
simulated as well, as these are things that also may affect your hotel guests. I mean, just imagine if you get your wall smashed in while you lie in bed at night, or if someone comes and installs a new shower while you're sitting on the toilet. You
Again,
probably
these
won't
games I'm
leave a
giving
very
away, they're
positive
all
review
on
when
Steam.
you're checking out from that hotel.
So if by chance you
So,
don't do
we
Steam,
really
no
wanted
doubt you
to
know
create
somebody that
awesome
probably does.
simulation where characters react to basically everything that happens in their surroundings. Yeah, and this of course also makes it even more interesting to play around in our sandbox mode, where you can create your own crazy scenarios and see how everything plays out.
So speaking of the sandbox mode, what are some of the features of the game that people can play around with in that sandbox mode? What gets you like personally excited?
Yeah, so I mean, I like to build like crazy. You can actually zone different types of areas within one room. So if you want to, you can like place a toilet in the middle of the reception, and then you have like the waste room just adjacent to it, and maybe a dance floor as
I have
well.
a feeling that would not
That's
go be
obviously not
up to
the,
code, having the
perfect way
washroom right
to
in the
do
middle
it.
of the lobby.
It's chaos, but that's how I like to play it, because this game should also be like fun to fail. You do have like objectives, and you need to complete some scenarios on different locations around the world. But when you've done so, you have like unlocked the sandbox mode for that location, and you can play around however you want. But of course, as a hotel manager, you're also in charge of all finances. You get to choose every staff member in your hotel, and they all differ in experience and attributes. You get to create your restaurant menu, and overall, you have to like make sure your hotels offer such services and activities that your targeted guest group wants.
You mentioned that you can create your own menu, and obviously you can build locations all around the world. Does local cuisine feature?
Yeah, we actually plan to have like one unlockable meal or dish per location. So yeah, that's for sure in the game.
Amazing. I love me some good grub. It's the best thing about traveling. Let's be honest. You go to a hotel, there's something that you've never seen before on a menu. Like, for example, go to Amsterdam. It's like, yes, I will have the bitterballen. But I digress. So for those who have never experienced the pathos Interactive joined before. What can you tell us about the studio and the team that are working on this?
Yeah, so Pathos Interactive, we are a Swedish game development studio founded by me and two brothers, Christopher and Alexander Anderson, about 9 years ago now. We are now 5 developers in the team, and Pathos is focusing on strategy games, but in a quite broad sense. Our previous game was a competitive real-time strategy game called Bannerman, and that was very much a passion project since everyone in the team grew up with classics like StarCraft, Age of Empires, and City Builders, and we wanted to contribute with a fresh game in that genre. But our current project, Hotel Architect, definitely derives from passion as well. As I mentioned, I'm a fan of simulation games and city builders. So yeah, it's like we are creating the games we love and want to play ourselves.
For a moment there, I thought you was going to say, I myself am a hotelier, and I own much land and many establishments. But
unfortunately not.
We all wish. One final question before we get to the end of this. What was the moment that made the 5 of you go, yes, Hotel Architects is what we're making? Like, did you all go on like many hotel trips together? Did you all, hack into the mainframe of like the Marriott? And
right. So I'm not entirely sure how long this lasts. So
twig that got you all.
Let's give away another Wired Productions Steam game.
Sure. No, but actually it was Christopher, as I mentioned. He was on a trip with Jonathan, another developer, and when they were at the hotel, they realized, okay, there are so many things that can like go wrong in a hotel, and there are so many like logistical chains and so many parameters that have to
did any of them get their walls smashed in while they're trying to sleep?
I'm not really sure about the walls smashed in, but they experienced a lot of like unpleasant stuff. But anyway, I would say that when they came home, they had this idea, and we looked around a bit, obviously, to see what games already exist. I mean, because there are many great games out there already. But we thought it was a good fit also for our team with our background. And yes, we just went all in.
Amazing. So finally, what can players expect from Hotel Architect moving forward? What have they got to look forward to?
They can expect a vibrant and amusing, sometimes chaotic simulation game, but with mechanics that allow you to experiment and play around with different strategies. You will actually start off in Gothenburg, my hometown in Sweden, with the objective to build a hotel suitable for backpackers and sporties. And that's basically how the game is designed. You unlock a new location with some kind of challenge or scenario, and then when you completed that scenario, you unlock a new location and also the sandbox mode for the location you just played. But also, finally, you can expect Hotel Architect to be released later this year as early access, and we are so excited at this point. We're now designing the levels that will be part of the release version, and we are implementing the final major features, and it's so nice to see all things come together so well, and we can't wait to share this with all gamers out there.
We can't wait either. Thanks for joining us. Let's crack on.
Yeah, could be a nice bit of fun with that game,
So that was
especially
Hotel
if you're into a
Architect,
Sims
and we can't
sort
wait
of
to
thing.
share more with you as the year goes on. There's already an early access roadmap that you can check out. Remember, you can wishlist the game on PC. And if you're watching this live, then check out the chat and you can join a Discord and stay up to date with all things Hotel Architect.
Now, usually in these things, you come to the adverts where people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for 10 seconds of fame. However, we're doing things a tiny bit differently this time, Jake. As people may well know, we are big supporters of Safe in Our World, a video game mental health charity, which brings comfort to people who not only play our games, but also make our games as well. So we're going to hand off to our wonderful friends at Safe in Our World to tell you a bit about what they're up to.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Safe in Our World is the global mental health charity for the video games industry and its gamers. The main goal of the charity is to create and foster worldwide mental health awareness within the video games industry and beyond, to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health, make it a natural topic of conversation, and empower people to reach out for help if they need it. The charity was launched on the 10th of October 2019 on World Mental Health Day and has since then grown at a fast rate. As part of the launch, a poignant game called Fractured Minds was released across all platforms globally to support the charity. The game was made by an aspiring developer, Emily Mitchell, who entered a game development competition and subsequently won BAFTA's Young Game Designer Award in 2017. The game was made by herself and focused on her personal journey through different forms of mental health, from anxiety to depression to claustrophobia.
Just so you know, that
Fractured
game,
Minds
Fractured
created
Minds,
these feelings
one of the
in
codes
every
I've been
scene.
given to give away.
If you haven't played it already, I really urge you to. It is a wonderful but emotional journey. Ever since inception, it has always been a goal of the charity to organise an event where aspiring game developers have the opportunity to create games around the topic of mental health. So, I'm excited to say that today we are announcing the launch of the first ever Safe in Our World Mental Health Game Dev Champions event. As we now know, the charity was launched on the eve of a pandemic, which I actually think was pretty good timing. There were many dark days for many of us during that time.
All
And I
right.
don't think we'll ever truly know the impact of that time.
Congratulations, Cass.
But if there is one
Pick a
legacy
number
that
between
COVID has
1
left,
and 4.
it's that perhaps people are now talking about their mental health more. So that's the theme of the competition. We want to continue this vital conversation
2.
and encourage people to express what they went through and how they felt by making a game that means something to them, like
All right,
Fractured
we'll,
Minds meant to Emily Mitchell. Registration is open from today until the end of May, and you can find all the details on our website of how to get involved. So just visit www.safeinourworld.org.
And that is slipped
And
into
the official
your
start
Discord
date will be the
DMs there,
1st of
Cass.
June. There will be categories for both solo devs and small teams, and a host of awards and wonderful prizes, including a showcase of all the winning games. So please take part and please share your story. Safe in Our World has already helped hundreds of thousands of people around the world, and with your support we can help many more. Please help us spread the word and make stigma around mental health a thing of the past. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all the partners that has made this event possible, and good luck to everybody.
So thank you to Safe in Our World. And great news for you fans of iridescent blobs out there. Lumo, the Master Moat Chronicles, back in 2022, launched with its meditative mix of puzzly platforming, and it came out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, the Switch, the PC. But there's a whole new slew of consoles out there, and so to make sure that you can enjoy that relaxing mix of Lava Lamp-esque gameplay on every high-definition console there is, well, there's going to be a free upgrade later this year. On top of that, though, there is a fully playable co-op mode being added as well. So keep an eye out for more information all about that soon.
I don't recall ever seeing the game before, but definitely looks different. Interesting.
Now, Jake, I don't know if you remember the last time we did a Wire Direct, we were all in lockdown.
That's right.
Everyone was working from home. We just transitioned to trying to find this new way to communicate across borders because we weren't sharing an office anymore. And none of that came into a fascinating spark of insight than Leo being trapped in Italy. Now, he had a very interesting experience while he was over there doing some work on his family's land, shall we say. And it's kind of sparked something a pretty juicy idea.
Oh dear.
Work all day and through the night, early birds to catch a flight, burning candles at my beds. It's always been your thing, smash and grab in the rain.
Whoops, there goes the gong.
Dust cloud in the sun, clear the decks, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, that was your very first look at Dig VR. And to learn a little bit more about the game, we're joined by Ben from Just Add Water and Leo Zulo, the MD from Wired, who got a bit of a bit like Thanos. He got a bit of an introduction before the trailer, and we teased the story of how Dig VR came to be. Actually, so I think it might be a great idea to hear directly. So Ben, Leo, welcome. We just saw Dig VR, and we heard that it was something to do with a wall, an Italian estate, and lockdown. So Leo, would you like to talk about how this became such an origin story?
Yeah. Happy to. So basically, February 2020, lockdown hadn't happened yet, but COVID was just rearing its ugly head. We'd just been to PAX in February, and it was obviously the last PAX, but it was probably the best PAX ever. Came back from PAX, was feeling a little bit ropey, had to go to Italy to look after my dad, because I used to go every sort of 2-3 weeks just to keep an eye on him. Got to Italy a couple of days after PAX, came down with a cold, and it was a normal, innocent cold, and I'm like coughing and spluttering, but it's a cold, and all my relatives over there are thinking, you're going to kill us, and I'm like, no, I'm not, it's just a bloody cold. Anyway, a couple of days later, the cold went away, and it wasn't COVID. And I phoned up the office and said, right, I'm coming back to the UK. And they said, no one wants you back. So I'm like, what do you mean no one wants me back? I'm the fucking MD. And they're like, no, if everyone comes back, if you come back, they're all going to mutiny. So I was sitting in a countryside farmhouse, and my window to my left was overlooking the Tuscan hills. And I'm looking at my screen at the people in the office, and I thought, you know what, fuck this, I'm staying here. So I stayed in Italy for lockdown. And after a couple of weeks, I got a bit bored, and I kept on looking outside in the garden or in the kind of the sort of the fieldy bit, and there was this long wall.
Worst places to be in lockdown, I suppose. Huh?
And it was looking a bit sorry for itself. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to borrow my cousin's digger, not cousin's digger, my cousin's tractor, go up to it and take it down. I mean, what could go wrong? So in a tractor, starting to smash the wall, and obviously it was the wrong tool for the job. So I hired a digger, and obviously, you know, health and safety aside, they dropped off the digger and said, can you use a digger? Yeah, of course I can. You know what I mean? And they gave us the keys. So I'm in a digger with the two controllers, and I'm like, you know, up, down, forward, jumping. Fucking hell, this is not working. And I'm smashing this fucking wall. And you know, after quite a few failed attempts, I finally got into the groove of using the two controllers, and then every now and again lost the controls because it's one of those kind of learning things. And I had this kind of eureka moment. I thought, you know what, this is almost exactly like you were in a game and you were bored in and you're learning the controls. And then I thought about it, and I thought the two controls are almost identical to VR. And imagine what this would be like in VR. So I'm like, the idea sort of stuck. So I came back to the UK after many months when COVID was almost gone. and mentioned it to my teammates, and they said, "Yeah, good idea." And then I had a moment when I had a lunch with Joel Benton, wonderful man who is part of Just Add Water, and I was telling him my story, and he goes, "You know what? I've got a team that can make this." And I went, "Oh, really?" So he went off to his team, and they said, "Yeah, we can make it." And together, we came up with a pitch and presented it to Meta. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, we have Dig VR. So those ideas of these games coming from silly ideas, they sometimes do.
Yeah, and so that's a fantastic story. And you mentioned Just Add Water, and of course we're also joined by Ben here from Just Add Water. So Ben, I assume that you're taking some responsibility for this game.
Taking no responsibility. No, yeah, it was interesting. Obviously, when we first had the meeting with Leo and the rest of his team, and they kind of pitched the grand idea at the top of it's a digging game, and that was kind of the overarching thing, and then we needed to fill in the rest of that gap between it's a digging game and game, so it's like, what can we do with it? And funnily enough, I was at the time on the call, I was sat in my lounge and just looking out the window, and someone opposite was having their driveway dug up at the same time. So they had like a little mini digger, and they had like this little breaker attachment on, which is this like massive piston.
You probably thought it long before
so
Buttspot created it.
And I was kind of like zoning in and out of talking to these guys and watching this digger, and they were breaking
Yes,
the driveway.
please
And I
do.
saw they like detached it, and then they
Just make
attached
sure
the
your
bucket
hands
on,
are
and they
warm
started doing
first.
something else, and they found a
Kappa.
root, and they were like, "Oh no, let's take this bucket off and put this other like saw on, and we'll do the root." And then I was just kind of like, well, why don't we, rather than, because we were going to have loads of different machines and things like this, and I was like, well, why don't we just kind of do what they're doing, right, and have just focus on diggers, but have loads of interchangeable tool heads, right? So we can change out different tool heads. You can do different tasks, make it very gamey, make it very fun, and it kind of just evolved from there. I think Leo was on board with that idea at the start. If he's not, he is now. But
yeah, I mean, it was a good collaboration. I mean, the guys took the idea and fleshed it out. To be fair.
Going to do another giveaway when the ad break ends for those not subbed or having turbo.
If you've been in a digger, it perfectly recreates that feeling. If you've never been in a digger, it gives you that feeling to makes you want to actually be in a real digger. So it was kind of that perfect, but also with a massive game component. So even though it's a simulation in terms of controls,
Yep,
there's lots
I have
of
the
variety to
timer
make
on
it
screen
simple,
here
so that
myself.
It's actually a game. So it's a sim but game. So it's a really unique hybrid, but the controls are spot on.
I think it's like, we're describing it as sim light, right? It's sim light, authentic controls, but with a like arcadey twist. So there's a lot of things in there, like you use the digger in a bowling alley, you use it to play hook a duck, you use it on a ball pit, in a big digger though, in like a kid's ball pit, right? So again, we wanted to not do that kind of traditional, hardcore heavy sim, because that's not what it is. And again, the platform doesn't really kind of allow that kind of uber physics, uber sim. So we had to focus on like really enjoyable gameplay, but whilst keeping that sense of authentic controls and nailing that, right? Because it's hard to master, easy to kind of learn the controls, but really hard to master. And then when it clicks, you get in that flow state, right? And you just kind of, you just zone out and you dig in the dirt and zoning out. So we wanted to tap into that. So we have kind of mashed a lot together to try and make it appeal to more than just the hardcore, digger or excavator fans. We really wanted to broaden that appeal.
Personally, I'm so happy that this is happening, because I remember, I think it wasn't too far coming out of lockdown.
All right, welcome back from ad break, guys. We're doing another giveaway of a Wired Productions game.
You want to see our new game? I was like,
now.
Okay. It just shows me videos of him on a digger, and I'm like, Leo, that's you on a digger? And it's like, no, this is our new game. I was like, okay. So I'm so happy that this chat is happening and that it exists, and that you found a way to make it such a you've managed to gamify it in such a fun, cool way.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good. I mean, it was, sometimes the penny drops and something feels right, and you question why hasn't this been done before? and I'm kind of glad it hasn't, because we kind of got in there, but through something real, and a game's come from it, but the connection between the two, I think, is what's going to push it forward. It really does feel like you're in a digger, and if you've ever been on a digger, it's a big boy's toy for everyone, but it just feels so good. I do want to. I mean, there are some, Meta. I've got to thank the Meta team, because they 100% got into the idea, spoke to their team, and they were like, "Yeah, I've been on a digger. I know what it's like. My boy's been on a digger. I know what it's like. I really like this idea." I mean, Joel, he completely got the idea. The Just Add Water team completely got it. So this has been a true collaboration where everyone's just thrown in, all their sort of passion and all their, it's a game. It's a game. Obviously, it's a game. It's just a bit of a simulation, but there's a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion, and it's very, very, very personal. So for me personally, it's I still got some of my dad's sort of voice at the back when I'm mashing up this wall saying, "What the fuck are you doing, boy?" You know what I mean? So, I've got, bless him, he's not here at the moment anymore. So this is kind of to him and to everyone that's had those sort of moments. So yeah, we've got to make people proud with this one. Well, I mean, as of probably 3, 2, 1 now.
All right, nobody's looking for another free game, eh?
Timed it really well. So
free under 3 minutes to enter.
The Meta store or the Meta page website, you should be able to go to there and wishlist it. Pre-orders are not wishlist it. DigVRGame.com will be live and all the various socials. We will be doing some crazy shit with real diggers to promote this. So stay tuned. Watch this space. Wishlist it, tell your friends, and this game is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no worries.
So, now
I was getting my Fortnite weeklies done earlier today myself.
Bulwark: The Falconeer Chronicles, released on March 26th to much critical acclaim, made by solo developer Thomas Seller. What a legend! What magnificent hair! What magnificent style and fashion. He's great. But has Thomas been taking any time off since launch? The answer is no.
The Free House Remnant, I presume? The Orthodoxy holds the power to increase your settlements.
We represent the bannerless on this day, and they have deemed you unworthy of further fighting.
You should know better than that, Reed. Let the TTVs have their sweat fest.
Oberon's gate remain. We can import resources and reconnect with our lost kin. This is
all right,
a great
1 minute left. Oh, you just had to have the new colors for the same skin you already have.
New DLC is on the way for Bulwark: The Falconeer Chronicles.
Magic.
Make sure you can pick up Bulwark to get yourself up to date with the base game, and keep an eye on Thomas's development progress on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. Right, in just a few days' time on Thursday, we're taking gamers to the laundrette, not for the reason you might first think. Arcade Paradise VR launches on MetaQuest this week, and we thought, why keep you waiting just a few days for the launch trailer? And not just that, there's a QR code on screen right now, and if you're watching it live, good news, because the first 1,000 people to check it out will get the free copy of the Arcade Paradise soundtrack.
Copy of the Arcade Paradise
What's the price
soundtrack.
of it? Priceless. That's what it is. It's priceless, and it could be yours. Got it? Got it. And with that, let's take a look a couple of days early at
with
this
the
trailer
win.
for Arcade Paradise in VR.
Welcome to Arcade Paradise. So, some classic arcade sim
Get
management.
that claim in, ruffian.
This looks so nice. Gotta go fast. Yeah. Go. Yep. Is that gum?
There we go. And number 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a stain. I've been there, buddy. Oh, no.
All right.
We've got arcades. That was amazing. This guy really enjoyed that a little too much.
And-
Whoa.
Let's do it.
Whoa, look at this place. This is insanely cool. It's getting better and better.
Oh my god, I'm amazing.
Get that
this game.
sent to you over the Gilded Ruffian.
When you gotta pick up the cash.
All of the arcade games are great.
This is so good. Oh, where's my car?
This is the coolest Quest release I've played so far this year.
Oh, wait, what?
How cool is this?
Y'all are seeing my new office, which is very messy and still not set up.
This is mental. I just put an arcade machine in my room.
Well, dope. I guess I can just play games in here.
If only I had room for a VR. Nope.
You ain't the king of jack. Babylon brain stuck on the track. Right on the course, revealing all that you lack. Here's a fact. Rip through the illusion, you might find a clue inside your
Montage here, I think. So let's get those last couple of giveaways done.
So the Wired Steam sale is going to be featuring some of the latest and greatest games from Wired, as well as some of the classics from the attic you might not have checked out the first time round. Hey, but listen, we tried to keep this as full of content as we could, but what's a presentation if you're watching it without one more thing?
Third project together. Details not found. This is it.
So there you have it. That was Wired Direct 2024. And did we deliver? Tons of gameplay, loads of interviews, stuff, premieres, and that's not it. Me and Aaron are going to go and have a well-deserved cup of tea now, and as we disappear, you can watch some pure, unadulterated gameplay of all the games mentioned, well, all the games we're allowed to show at least, at the Wired Direct right after this. And if you're
Oh,
watching
just
this live,
another
stick
thing
around
to
in the
dust,
sidebar, you'll be able to
Cass.
see all the information about all of the games that are featured today, as well as lots more. Like we mentioned, there's a Steam sale right now if you want to get yourself familiar with some of the previous titles. And for everything upcoming, make sure to wishlist. As we mentioned, all of the links are right there. Just wishlist, check out the games there. You can pre-order some places, you can wishlist it, some you can buy in just a few
Well,
days, like Arcade Paradise VR.
there you
Hope
go.
had a really nice time.
Save your money.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a really wonderful rest of the week. Bye-bye.
exclusive gameplay. Here we go.
I'm activating tutorial mode. That was the Frank Time Warp. Frank Time Warp is a trademark of Cruise. Frequent usage of Frank Time Warp can cause vomiting, headaches, diarrhea, head explosions, and death.
Gory, cuddly carnage footage.
That was weird. Ooh, billboards! A perfect fuel source! Jump on them and let me feast! That was delicious!
What I played of it back in 2019, it was a very fun time. I'm definitely going to be requesting a code for this one. Comes out in late August.
What is that?
The unicorn.
You may want to look away from this, Cass.
The ugly corn.
Wow, boost an attack for a lot more action!
The night light.
Alright, Cass. 1 or 2? There you go, Cass. And one more to give away. Let's do that right now.
Baking something. Oh, this is terrible. You're both going to die.
Hush, buddy. You have no faith in us at all? I see nothing of the ordinary. Nothing upon nothing. Nothing upon no.
And Cass, you got me wondering what it is that you say you forgot. Ow. Now this kind of VR bit here was not in the demo I played. It's a little different.
Twins eliminated. Laser descents reset. Laser descents activated.
Alright, we'll just keep watching through this footage. Two minutes left on the draw. Let's see with the dragon on the top of the building. Now, Bulwark Chronicles is a game I did not really look into. Now, they added in some building aspect in the game, which wasn't really something I was a fan of, like tower defense sort of thing, I guess. Last minute to get in on the draw. And Yososus with the win of the last game up for grabs. And there you go. And congrats to everyone that won the games. How long they're keeping this extra footage going. Say 2 hours 12 minutes. This is Arma the Dark World. Looks like one that would be an interesting choice for October, eh?
What happened to me? Where am I? The Thought Bureau's missions are always confidential. Handlers and operators maintain a neutral relationship with one another.
I used to have that. It
The
doesn't
more
work.
they know,
It doesn't react very well to the
dangerous
green
it
screen.
is. In the operations, everyone can be the hunter and the hunted. Nightcrawlers. That's what the people in the city call us. The Thought Bureau describes my duty as roam. Compared to the number of midnight operations, we spend most of our time in other people's brains.
I pretty much don't do Fall
listening to
Guys
what you
anymore,
hear
so.
and watching what you see. I don't know how long it's been since I last returned home. Where even is my home? All I remember is ever since Leviathan told me that my mother had passed away, I've devoted all my effort and time to my work. I guess, if she was still alive, she'd hate my job. I'm sure she'd say, once you start working for them, you'll become less and less of a good person. I'm thinking, maybe it isn't the job that changed me. Maybe this is just how I've always been.
Welcome.
I'm Daniel McGovern, a Rome agent from the Thought Bureau. My company ID is 8490.
Rome, huh? I'm Fred Ebbett, the current chief of this facility. Welcome to the Winston Research Institute. It's the back door, to be precise. I often hear that you people don't talk a lot. I thought this was just an ordinary theft. I never imagined a case like this would trouble a Rome agent. Looks like there's more to it. You see, as a level B citizen, I'm familiar with your rules. Outsiders like me should not question, nor intervene.
Listen, Mr. Abbott. You only have to tell me where the mailroom is. I need to receive a document from the Thought Bureau right now. Please don't
Hey,
hold me up
calm
in my
down.
duties.
I know you're here to look into that freak, Shawn Mendes. To your left, in the room where the lights are still on. Still, pardon me for saying this, but what happened at the Research Institute today was abnormal.
Listen to the Father, brings the heat of the sun.
And the glory. Playing a game on his tablet. Alright, after this Arcade VR video is done, I'm going to end things here. And I'll get things switched around to doing some slooping in CFA. Yeah, I got no room in the closet now, Cass. Also, I'm guessing the Xbox sweater has a lot of green on it. Ew. All right. I'm going to cut this off here. Thanks again, everybody that came in. There, I'm going to be going offline here for a minute with the stream while I get titles and whatnot changed around. And then we'll be back with some Sea of Thieves. See you in just a